Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So another big decline yesterday for crypto, market cap at 249.7 billion. Everything seeming to be hanging on by a thread, but you know what guys, this is a more robust market than you think right now. Bitcoin trading at 78.21, Ethereum 246, XRP just over 40 cents. We dipped down into the 38 cent range last night, and now we're up again, which is really good. Above 40 cents, that is a psychological number for people to want to buy. And I want to show you something here, guys. This is Bitcoin on the hourly. Okay, and so we pierced through this level of support and we moved our way down, now basing in this demand zone here. Okay, but now we're starting to rebound back up. But what this is starting to look like to me, guys, is an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And so we see these all the time. Okay, and it's a good sign that we're looking like the trend is going to continue upward so long as we can get above this neckline here. And so the neckline is roughly around here. Okay, so that's about the $8,000 mark for Bitcoin. And for those of you guys who think I'm full of it, no, it's actually a real thing. An inverse head and shoulders. So this is the first shoulder. Okay, the head dips a little deeper, and then we have the second shoulder. Okay, and then we form the neckline. And so the inverse head and shoulders pattern is confirmed for a 4-hour close. So this is in this example above the neckline. So once we go above that neckline, it is confirmed bullish once again. Okay, but the pattern's starting to form. I mean, it could go either way. It could go further lower. And the same thing is true for XRP because, as you know, all the cryptocurrencies are following Bitcoin at this moment. So we have the same kind of pattern here, guys. I think maybe if I go on a 4-hour, you might be able to see it a little better. No. Not really. What about a 2-hour? Let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. Okay, no, I can't find a good head and shoulders at the moment. Anyway, when I find one, I'll show you guys. In the news here, Rippleback startup XRPL Labs rebrands their Sign banking app to Exum. I don't know. How would you pronounce that? Sum. Previously, Viets Vin, founder at Nodem.io, as well as building on the XRP ledger, revealed the company's mobile app named Sign. So we heard about this a couple of weeks ago, or rather last week. Now the app has been rebranded already as Sum, which is derived from the Latin word summa, or summa, I don't know. The reason for this rebranding is that they discovered Sign was previously used by JP Morgan, which he used for a product line that has since been retired. This was a major obstacle for XRPL Labs to progress as the trademark issue arose, so they came up with the new name Sum, which solved the problem very much. And so they're making it sound like it was a major obstacle. It's like, I don't know, just change the name. Not a huge deal. I mean, if they had put in all the work, or maybe they had, to brand it Sign, and then they had to change all their graphic art and all that stuff. We rebranded our XRPL Labs signing app and platform to Sum. We went from the Latin word summa to Sum to Exum, which I'm sure is pronounced Sum. No relevant trademarks, so we started that process, and available domains, sum.app. Just a placeholder for now. So now Viets Vin's signing app is called Sum, guys, just so you guys don't get confused. This also in the news, Apple to unveil CryptoKit. And so this to me shows at least a little bit why cryptocurrency is going mainstream. Apple, one of the biggest computer companies out there. So cryptographic developer package at upcoming conference, and now they're integrating something with their iOS 13. I'll read further. Apple will target cryptographic developer tools at this year's Worldwide Developers Conference. The company revealed in the event program for June 5th. During a session scheduled for Wednesday at the ongoing event titled Cryptography and Your Apps, Apple will unveil a new tool dubbed CryptoKit, which will debut as an update in iOS 13. CryptoKit will focus primarily on developers, allowing them to build in more security functionality for apps with better support. System framework encrypt both data at rest and data in transit in a transparent way for you. This functionality is available by simply setting an attribute. However, you may want to do more to protect your user data. The event description reads, it continues, CryptoKit is a new Swift framework that makes it easier and safer than ever to perform cryptographic operations, whether you simply need to compute a hash or are implementing a more advanced authentication protocol. So the ongoing WWDC comes as social media users keep an increasing eye out for any hint that Apple's changing its somewhat hands-off approach to the cryptocurrency industry itself. I think big things are coming. Apple, I have a feeling, thinks big things are coming too. Maybe they know big things are coming for sure. And this is why the change of heart. We haven't heard anything like this, or rather, we never heard of any of this in the last decade. Cryptocurrencies, let's not forget, have been around for 10 years already. And Apple has been a big player in the game since cryptocurrencies have been around. Never touched them, never wanted to dabble in that. But now, all these bigwigs, I'm sure they talk behind closed doors. I'm sure, they go to each other's houses on the weekends, discussing their work. And it seems as though the rumblings are pointing towards cryptocurrency adoption, which is great for you and I. And this from XRP_Canada. Banks will always adapt and change when it fits their needs. Ripple has created the perfect integration plan for all of them. And the best part is it's a neutral option that increases interoperability. Interoperability is the key word. And he links to this article here. It costs less. Okay, so it costs banks less to partner up with Ripple than to create their own crypto. Let me read this a little further. So founder of Gokhshtein magazine, David Gokhshtein, I don't know how to pronounce that, tweeted in the latter half of May that Ripple is poised to take over the global financial system as Ripple has built a convenient and accessible infrastructure that avoids the need for banks to build their own blockchain systems, which is time-consuming and expensive. Let's remember, banks are not in the business of building blockchain technology, okay? Banks are in the business of taking people's money, investing people's money, transferring people's money, dealing with people's money, essentially. And blockchain for them is just a technology that they can and will, in my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of other people's opinion, use in order to facilitate those customer needs. So instead of banks hiring large teams of programmers to create blockchain, it just makes sense for them to use Ripple's technology. And the fact that Ripple's technology is interoperable really benefits everybody. So Gokhshtein tweeted that it simply costs banks less to use Ripple and XRP than it does for them to build their own cryptocurrency. And there's a tweet to that effect. Gokhshtein stressed that it's easier for banks to simply adopt something that is tested and proven to work. Okay, indeed, Ripple has been marketing itself as a replacement to SWIFT, the current system that is in place for international transfers. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has talked to insiders from the financial world, including International Monetary Fund Managing Director Christine Lagarde, about how Ripple could be considered as SWIFT 2.0. Gokhshtein also went to mention one important point about established financial institutions who have woken up to the arrival of digital assets, namely that they would not disappear, but rather evolve to fit inside a new kind of economy. And again, fiat's not going anywhere. Even Brad Garlinghouse has said that. In his interview with Kara Swisher, I remember I did a highlight video on that, right? Fiat isn't going anywhere. This economy is going to use a bunch of, I'm sure, cryptos. Fiat currencies are still going to exist, of course, and other technology. The point is that Ripple is interoperable. So being able to make these transfers work in a real world situation is, I'm sure, what's first and foremost on everybody's mind. Especially banks, who don't want to screw up, essentially. They're using a system right now, and part of it is complacency to just stick with the status quo and do what works now. They've been successful up until now. But at a point, new technology is coming along, and it looks as if they are becoming warm to embracing the future. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.